Are we on? Can you hear me? Microphone check. Lights, cameras.
This is swanky. This is lifestyle. This is culture. Welcome to the social center of everything culture. Culture Daily.
You're tuned in on Plus 89.9 if you're listening on radio, and of course on 3 Music TV if you're watching us live in HD on your favorite channel, bringing you that morning experience that we always promise to deliver. Fresh and QT in the big seat today. Yes, our man Jay had to excuse us briefly on other urgent matters, but nonetheless we're bringing you another captivating big conversation. But before that, money time to pay some bills. Make sure to mark your calendars and spread the word for the second edition of ObroniWawuOctober. We'll clap after. The Resurrection from October 26th to 29th. Join us as we celebrate Accra's rich culture of repair and reuse, led by the Cantamanto Creatives. I love that name. Here's the event lineup: Thursdays, Fools, Fridays, Saturday, Circle Talk, Sunday, Oral Festival Day. Expect a fantastic lineup of performances, runway shows, music, and more. Exploring pop-up shops and the whole Gen Z shopping culture right there with items from Cantamanto retailers. Come and experience Africa's biggest upcycle event, coupled with live upcycling demonstrations and the thrilling drip contest. We look forward to seeing you there. It's October, ObroniWawuOctober. Make sure you're there from 26th to 29th. Now, hey, sweethearts, they say, get ready for an extraordinary experience at the Vibes Brunch. Our own, we've been talking about it all week. The Vibes Brunch, a spectacular celebration of the successful first season of the visual podcast sensation Just Vibes. If you've been seeing it so far in her squad, leading key Gen Z-related conversations, well, we're bringing it to an ultimate climax with an amazing event this weekend, this Saturday. Join us at Beehive for the Just Vibes Brunch, 28th. Mark all your calendars. The Vibes Brunch is proudly sponsored by Yango, Jameson, Go Servo, Beehive, LC Waikiki, and Aswavo, bringing you that needed security so that we know how to behave. Gather your squad, get your tickets, and be part of the Vibes Brunch, where unforgettable memories and good vibes only await you. Of course, this weekend is packed, fully packed. If you day house, you slack. Eat, Drink, Music Festival, the biggest food and music festival coming to Accra, Ghana this October, right here this weekend. Eat, Drink, Music Festival is bringing together the hottest food and drink joints, DJs, musicians, etc. for 2 days of unforgettable fun. Come out with the family to enjoy local and continental foods, drinks, and fun activities like video games, arts installations, photo booth, cultural exhibitions, face painting, and many more. It's happening at the Untamed Empire, Accra, just off the Spintex Road behind Accra Mall, next to Action Chapel, I believe, on the 28th and 29th. So you don't have any reason to miss it. If you don't go on Saturday, make sure after church on Sunday, you definitely pass through EDM Festival. For more information or vendor registration, just go to eatdrinkmusicfestival.com. eatdrinkmusicfestival.com. Of course, the information is all out there on social media. Now, Pepsodent is saying every time we eat, food and sugars are trapped between our teeth, leading to tooth decay, gum disease, and in some cases, foul breath, where you can't say gapo ha in peace. So brush your teeth every morning and night with Pepsodent Cavity Fighter, built with pro-fluoride and micro-calcium ingredients, sealing tiny and invisible holes in your teeth. I know the haters were waiting, but my handbrake is tight. Pepsodent Cavity Fighter, maximum cavity protection, 10 times stronger, 25 years educating to brush day and night. Pepsodent doing it big for us. You can get Pepsodent at any shop near you. Many options, including Pepsodent Charcoal White, Pepsodent Herbal Toothpaste, and others. Or just call toll-free on 0800-2000-30, 0800-2030. Always remember to brush your teeth in the morning and before you sleep at night. Pepsodent, every smile matters. And only one of my guests today is smiling. I don't know if it has anything to do with Pepsodent, but now they are both smiling. Great. We're on in Culture Daily. Welcome, lady and gentlemen, to Culture Daily. My co-host today, to your left and your right, are Olele Salvador, Mr. Deep Throat Sauce himself. I know you know him. My big boss. Yes, sir. Yeah. DTS.
What up?
Yeah, DTS on the CDBC. You
check 1 2 1 2.
And then this is my girlfriend. Her name is Lomote.
Sorry? I didn't know you guys were together.
We are together.
We are
not. Listen, like so together, like it's it's not even like anymore. Like
we are not together. That's my brother.
Aye!
Yeah, he's married with 2 wives. Married with 2 children.
She said it. I need this clip.
Married with 2 children. 2 children.
What did you hear first?
Wives.
I was going to say
that's what you are sticking with, right?
children.
Yeah, no, let's move on.
He's married with 2
Are you
children.
calling our guests liars?
We are together again.
Thank you, Lily. Deep Throat has called. You want to put me in friend zone on TV? Like, I won't get that.
Brother, hi brother.
Anyway, gentlemen and lady, enough of the theatrics. Welcome to Culture Daily. Please do us the honors. Introduce yourselves, your name, what you do, and why you are here, and then I'll take it from there.
Well, thanks for having us. My name is Samuel Ting, and I am the founder of...
Vimit.
Okay. Good morning.
Welcome again. Now come.
Thanks for having me. So I'm Samuel Ting. I'm the founder of ObroniWawuOctober. We're just here to discuss Thrift, the festival, and how everything else is going to go. And then I have here...
Yeah, I go by the name Fuya, and I'm a stylist. I'm a female outgoing stylist, and then I have a business. Oh my god.
No, feel free. Tell us the plug.
Yeah, I have a thrift business that's Fuya's apparel. So yeah, that's all. But for you to know, I'm a stylist. Yeah.
Okay. So Foya stylist and
Samuel Ting, founder of
ObroniWawuOctober. Founder. Okay, so you heard the LPM about ObroniWawuOctober.
Yeah.
Beautiful festival. But first off, for those of us who don't understand Thrift, what is Thrift? Break it down for us. Let's start first by identifying what Thrift is. We are very pro Gen Z here, but some of us were born when TVs were some way. So, so you have to break it down for us. What is Thrift?
So if you say Thrift, is basically shopping second-hand products or second-hand garments, pre-loved products. That's what I call Thrift. So before you say fools or second-hand ObroniWawu, but you know, as things move on, as you said, now it's Gen Z, so terminologies and the languages are changing. They are moving forward. So now the word being used mainstream is Thrift. But I think Foya can speak more to it since it's her space.
They are trying to brofilize it, so that's why Thrift. But it's either Akamilas, fools, or ObroniWawu. Yeah. So.
I love that. There was a time where Thrift, ObroniWawu, Fools, Akamelas was not a flex thing. It was not trendy. It was not cool. It was like, Charlie, for go early morning by 7:30 you left there. You know, it was very covert ops kind of thing. You know, you and your boys, you enter by 8.
I feel like the early morning wasn't because people were hiding. It was because that's the time you can get. No. That's the time you can get quality stuff. Trust me.
It's half and half. I get that.
People were hiding.
First selection. I know what you're talking about is first selection.
Yes.
Two truths.
It's two things. Yes. If you are somebody who you don't like, there's nothing to hide. You wear it with your chest. You go there for first selection and you get good stuff. That is one truth. Another truth is that people, they figure globally and pretend like they go shop at the highest places, but they pick for the same place.
So then they hide.
So then they hide. So if you do and left there by 8. I want to work for cans by 8 morning time 9. No, you know what I'm talking about. Right? So I want to focus on that and how the perception changed, and how it's now a thing that we are celebrating as a festival with you being the founder and you know, leading this. What change did you see?
So generally, like, I'm just going to go a little bit on history. So generally in Ghana, the whole idea of second-hand and thrift and ObroniWawu and all of that started around independence, you know, because around that time we all had our traditional way of dressing and all of that, but with, you know, colonialism and white folks coming in, there was need for us to sort of like assimilate. So we have to wear certain, even schools and some banks and some hospitals, you go in and you don't have a tie or a takin, they won't allow you admission. So around that time, people felt the need. They come from villages, and then when they come to Accra, Tema Station, and those areas, they want to trade their kaba and slate and then their local attires for suits and ties and skirt suits and all of those things. So with that culture, it developed into the Kantamanto and the thrift culture that we know now. So from the beginning, it was for like people who were not rich enough were buying hand-me-downs or second-hand. But slowly it changed. Ghana made like a culture out of it itself, that people started appreciating it in a whole different way. It's like that people go into the market and then they start showing you the stuff that they got. For example, when I was in school, I studied fashion in school, and almost everything. I mean, when I went to the head to toe is secondhand. I thrifted it.
Same.
But when I was in school, people were just shy speaking to the fact that they were shopping in Kanzmanto or shopping secondhand. But for me, it was about the fact that, you know, you are spending, you know, several months or like huge cash on designer brands, and then I go to Kanzmanto in the morning, and as they say, go chassis, you dig and you find like, you know, designer pieces and cool pieces that usually one-offs that nobody else can find. And then there are also creators in Kanzmanto, for example Foya here, who, you know, they add touch-ups to some of the pieces that you find in Kanzmanto that even if it looks some way, by the time they are done with it, it looks so brand new, and then it's one of one. So that's how the shift really changed. And I think there's also like a global influence now, where now everybody is talking about thrift. You go to runway shows, before people will say designer brands and designer names. Now you go on runway or what do you call it, red carpets or shows like that, and people are confidently saying they got their pieces from secondhand market or thrift shop. So I think there's a global renaissance, yes, exactly, around thrift. But what is happening is that usually people don't appreciate things when it's local. They always like to receive some external validation before they move on with it. But I think with people like Foya and the boys in Kanzmanto, they are not waiting for someone to come and tell them they are cool before they are not cool. I mean, look at her sitting here. So that's really how the culture has developed up to what we know and call thrift today.
Were there any challenges in this, in the process of this awakening? Because it seems like a paradigm shift. From it being each, and I don't want to make the no say at the web force to, I thrifted this. It's a very drastic U-turn. What were the challenges faced in this?
I think one of the big challenges was the appreciation for the garments and the people doing the work, because as I said, most people started looking down on these things and then like not even dignifying for people like Foya. So I think she can also speak more about, you know, how people were less appreciative of it in the beginning, that even if you give them a price, they'll think, oh, this is too high, secondhand, so why should it be priced that much? I think Foya can share some more views on that.
So when it comes to secondhand, you know, we have levels. We have first selection, second selection, but people have this perception that secondhand is just condemned. Yes, I'm dirty. You are just going to pick some dirty clothes. But nah, that's why you said you have to go early and pick up. Even though it's thrift, you always have to make sure you are picking a very neat, clean fit, clean pieces. Do you get it? So because people have this perception, that's why we are trying to change it, that even though this is thrift, but it looks clean.
Can't tell.
Yeah, you can't even tell. If I don't tell you it's thrift, you wouldn't know. So yeah, that's what we are trying to change it, that thrift doesn't mean it's bad. Is bad that you can't do anything. Even if it's bad, you put 2 and 2 together and you get a whole different piece of cloth. Do you get me?
Yeah. And then to add to that, I think one other challenge that, you know, came up with the development of all of this culture was also around the fact that most people just were not willing to speak out, and then people were concerned about being seen as broke or not having money, and so they are tapping into this. Also the idea of people elevating economically. For example, I always use my big sister as an example. So she's one person that introduced me to thrift. She showed me how to negotiate, how to check for, you know, the armpit and the next things and all of that. But this woman finished school, got a job, started getting paid. I was like, I'm done with secondhand. I'm going to buy designer pieces. So that's also one of the things that challenge. People felt like the moment they advance economically, they also have to, you know, advance from secondhand to new.
Let me ask you. Let me ask you. If you blow, you know, go change your style.
Nah, no good.
No, I've been wearing thrifts for.
He's saying he's been wearing thrifts for a long time.
A long time.
The guys from their own culture, they blow.
The money is seasonal siam.
Because I want to know what the reception has been. So you mentioned some of the challenges, but what has the general reception been? Like, are people picking this up? Are people asking for more, especially for the upcycled ones? You know, that you guys take and rework on and stuff like that.
I think the reception has been great, because if you think about personalities now who are, like, you know, speaking out about the fact that they are wearing thrift and upcycled pieces. I know so many artists and celebrities. Blacko is one who like constantly comes out to show his love for thrift and upcycling. Joey B, Kofi Mole, Papi Kojo, so many of
there
them
are pieces
there.
in there that you don't find
Exactly. You won't find it anywhere. Anywhere.
So it's more about the uniqueness,
Exactly.
the value of the thing, rather than the
Exactly.
condition or the journey is been on. Okay, so Kantamanto being an open marketplace, where this happens, is it just you guys going in there and picking and operating parallel to them, or has there been any engagement with maybe any of the suppliers? Because I know sometimes people buy the bill. Sometimes people go when they open the first selection. Some people too go when the stuff have already been laid out. There's stages to it. So with your engagement, are you just part of the normal consumer base, or do you have like partners in there that what is your engagement? I want to see the network.
So Kantamanto itself is really a community more than a market. It's a community of like an ecosystem of so many different people working together to do what they do. So for example, like for here, I know she has like so many retailer friends who will call her and say, oh, I have these pieces I know that you will like, so they come in and pick up. And then all of these different upcyclers, screen printers, tailors, all of these people have a whole network. So if I know like you are the one who sells jeans and I have jeans in my bill, the moment I get jeans, I'm calling you to come pick up. And I know Olele here is the one who does alteration. So if I see big jeans, I know Olele is the one that I should call. So
how do you know that? Because that's actually true. That's just the way.
So exactly, there's a whole ecosystem. So everybody's working together. Like nobody in Kantamanto works in isolation. If you go to one person line and say like, I'm looking for jeans that is like size 12, they will immediately tell you who to go to, and you go and say, oh, I'm looking for a certain shade of pink. They will know exactly who to point you to. So it's a whole ecosystem of people working, and there's no like there's no isolation.
So we who go there just uninitiated and we see chaos, we are really we are not looking well. You understand the background.
Exactly.
How profitable is it to these players?
So I mean,
because I know we import a ton of used clothes in this
that
country,
is very true,
in the hundreds of millions every year.
So per research that has been conducted by the All Foundation, that's one body that has been working with the community for a very long time doing research, and from their findings, there's 15 million garments passing through Kantamanto every week. And through the work of amazing upcyclers and stylists like Foya, they're able to recirculate and transform around 25 million at least every month. So recirculating, upcycling, all of this is another way that people are channeling environmental activism into the work that they're doing, because all of these garments, if people are not buying them, that's ultimately going to end up in some gutter or some But
I would love for you to take us through her journey, because she mentioned that she's a stylist and then she's an upcycle thrifter, right? So how did the journey start for you? Was it from styling to thrifting, or was it from thrifting to styling?
It was from thrifting to styling. And the thing is, my dad works at Kanta.
Okay.
My dad I actually grew up at Kanta. So my dad works there, so it made things a bit easy for me. So I started 2018 thrifting. It was a bit difficult, but as time was going by, I started picking up things. That's when I realized, you can just pick this thing and then add it to this and get a whole different pants. Do you get me? But it was challenging because most of the guys that do thrifting, most of us are actually like men. So I was actually the first female to be doing, and mostly I sell unisex and what's the name, male stuff. I mostly sell male stuff, so it was a bit challenging. Because
when I go male dominated now.
When I go there, they'll be like, but you or Bana, you want to sell? But that was what I was interested in. Do you get me? So it was, and my dad actually helped too, because of my dad, I actually got to many customers. They'll just call me, I have this for you, and I'll be like, today I'll not come to town, so just keep it for me.
Okay.
And when I go there, it's just there. I have to select the ones that I want, and then I'll give back the rest to them. It's been pretty cool.
It's been pretty cool.
Yeah.
So let's talk about building trust, because it's an ecosystem.
Yes.
There needs to be some level of trust between vendors and suppliers and everything. How has that been for you, and then for Sammy as well? Let's delve into that.
For trust, the people that I buy from, they really trust me, because sometimes I'd be like, I got this pants for you, but I'm not in town, so can I send you like 100 CDs? So in case I don't like it, when I get there and I don't like it, he'll just give me my money back.
Oh, that's good.
That's it. That's how we built the trust between me and my customers. And even on the gram, on Instagram too, if you are buying something, I always make sure that you check your sizes and everything. Even if it doesn't fit you, I'll refund your money back to you.
Oh,
what are your Instagram handles? Plug it in.
My main page is style with Foya, but my business page is Foya's Apparel. Foya _ FOYA.
Okay.
Yeah.
So start with Foya, and then the business page.
The start with Foya is together.
Okay.
And then Foya's Apparel, Foya _ Apparel.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm throwing you a challenge. Style me. Give me a fit.
I will.
I'll rock it.
Okay.
I'm really intrigued by what you're wearing. Is stunning, by the way. And
Wow.
You've seen
You checked me. I asked her when she came, and I checked it as well. She has really nice pieces.
What you're wearing is dope, and if you hadn't opened your mouth to tell me,
You wouldn't know. Yeah.
She'd
be hard. The page will be hard. The page will be hard.
knock me.
I will.
Now, Charlie, if you talk to anybody, they'll tell you that I like money. How do you guys make money? So you're doing all this. What kind of business structure are you running? Apart from the social media where we need to jump on your pages and request stuff and blah blah blah, what's your business system like with the suppliers you're dealing with? How do you operate? Do you have a place where you refurbish these things?
So as I mentioned, Kantamanto is an ecosystem. There's all of these people working in the market, and then honestly, for a very long time now, it hasn't been the most profitable as it should be. I would say to this, because there's a lot of work that goes into upcycling and picking these pieces, waking up early, going to the market. Fafat has Foya has her glasses on, not just to look cool, but also because she did not sleep.
She's not in bed.
She did not sleep last night.
And being a Wednesday as well, right?
This program, I've been going to Kanta back and forth. I don't sleep.
Exactly. So there's a lot of labor intense that goes into the work, and then people, as I said, are still getting into the fact that they need to appreciate and then pay for secondhand and upcycled pieces to a high level, because if you give someone a price as how much they'll buy from a boutique or a shop, they will think, why are you giving me a price of a secondhand piece as you would do a new piece? But the truth is, it's being reworked. And then if you're making a garment from scratch, is less intensive than upcycling a garment, because you have to wash it, you have to think through it, deconstruct it, see where you're going to put the colors together. Exactly. So it's the whole process that comes.
So everything becomes ingredients.
Exactly.
Becomes, what's the
exactly. And then this is one thing, you're trying to uplift what is already existing. So it really takes a lot of thoughts and then skills to make that happen, and all of these things cost money. So through social media now, most of these, Foya just mentioned, with their social media, is able to reach even international audience and markets.
Nice.
On your page, everything is sold. You're working.
The thing is, with the our mothers and aunties who are not as cool as Foya Dems, they are still not gotten access, or are not on the social platforms to push their things forward. So they are still sort of left behind. But with the event like ObroniWawuOctober, we are giving them the platform to elevate themselves as they work on these pieces and then try to make money from themselves, because Ghana is hard.
Now, with what you just said, right, this is generational, right? The older generation, like you said, may not understand the whole upcycle thing, because they are just looking for probably something to wear at home, or something to just knock about, all of that, right? How are you bringing the generations together with the ObroniWawuOctober?
So on the day we have the vendors, stylists and people like Foya going to have their pieces there, but we are placing them with the aunties as well, because the thing is,
so the aunties are selling as well.
Yes, the aunties are going to be, the aunties and uncles are going to be there. So you might probably see Foya and then her father on the other side. But the thing is, the thing with the aunties is like they know the business, they've been in it for a while, but they haven't been able to keep up with the trends. So if you're able to place them with people like Foya, for example, he has the old men call her and say, oh, Foya, have these pieces, and you come. So as they're interacting, they get to understand where the trend is going now. Because if Foya comes to you and Foya tells you, oh, now it's sequin shirt that is, everybody's looking for right now, then the auntie and the uncle is privy to what the trends are. So having programs like this and putting these generations together, we are trying to push the conversation forward without leaving them in the back. Exactly. Yeah.
Charlie, I just so I see like you have.
I see some shirts.
I
want you guys to come.
I'll be there.
No, I'm seeing some sneakers and things.
Are you sure it has been sold?
It's sold.
Are you sure?
The ones that not sold is she obviously
post and the 2 minutes somebody has bought it already.
Wait, how does that work? You know what some people do is they already post on their WhatsApp status and stuff like that and get the stuff sold out, and then they come and post on Instagram. So you see them post then 1 minute. I mean, I know some filters that do that, right? So how does that work?
Me personally, I don't do that. Instagram is my main target. Yeah, that's where I have, because people know me by my main page, so they'll be like, oh, I like this fit. Can you put this and this together
is
for
obsessed.
me?
Really sweet pieces.
I'm seeing some high luxury. I'm seeing some high luxury premium luxurious brands.
Guys, I think that you guys should go and check what we are seeing. So it's FOYA_APPAREL. Just check it out and patronize her, because
a sneaker like this Converse, right?
Yes. This legit Converse.
That's what I'm going to ask. Like, I've seen Balenciaga and stuff like that. These are original.
Proper.
You have the grace and the skill of identifying them in this.
Yes.
So you are the source.
The skill.
You are the deep process. This is a deep process. So if I want a Converse like that, I can holler at you.
Trust me.
Just like the deep style source.
So there is you for the stylist, right?
Yes.
But you also double as a consultant if someone wants maybe a particular look or these things. So do you charge differently for that, or is all weaved into your?
I charge differently.
Okay.
Because if maybe you have this outfit at home and then you just I have this, but I just don't know how to put it together. Just send me a video. I'll tell you, put this brown on this and that, and we are good. Okay. Yes. Wow. But if I have to come to you, I'll charge you double.
Of course, because transportation.
That's like, if I have to come to you with my own fit and everything, I'll charge. You go pay.
What has been some of the notable challenges since you started for you?
For me,
apart from the obvious ones that he's mentioned, but for you personally as a stylist and as an artist, because when I look at your personal page, you're also an artist.
I'm a model too. Okay, I think being a model in this entertainment industry is really not easy, especially if you are an outcoming or outgrowing. It's really not easy, so someone has to recommend you, and then working with them has been a good chance for me. It has opened doors for me, because they put me on. I have people that put me on. One person is called, can I mention his name? Design. He's my best photographer, Kwesi. Shout out to you. Like, that guy puts me on wherever he is. He will just, I have this gig for you, come. So it's like I have friends that push me.
Right.
Yeah, they recommend me to people.
Right.
Yeah, and then social media too has been a big influence on me, because I always make sure I post, not just posting. I always make sure what I'm posting will catch.
Catch me small.
Let me post. No, I don't post for views. I post to get work. The moment I post, I want this, I want what you are wearing, I'll just directly go to my page. I'll fix this and this for you. Then bam, that's how. So
we've been talking about I think yesterday or 2 days ago we were talking about how we've lost touch with our traditional what do you call it? Sense of direction in terms of our outfits, right? We were talking about how we become more westernized with some of our fits and our presentation. You know, even with the musicians these days, we've seen a little bit of effort being put in. So, to the two of you, do you often think about this as well? Do you think that? I understand that you're doing ObroniWawu and all that, but you guys are leaders in a particular conversation, right? So how are you looking to bridge the gap or reconcile this challenge in a way, you know, where we can represent ourselves through our own fabrics? Because I'm not seeing any kente or you know. So I don't know if maybe that is a go area.
No, it's not. Your question, that's when the upcycling comes in. Yes, because I'll go and buy kente. If I have this pant and then I want to do a flare pant, that's why I'll go and buy the kente or any piece of African fabrics and then just do some patching to make it look nice.
Then it becomes bigger.
Exactly. Yeah. So most of what you are saying will come to the upcycling part. Yes.
Right. And then more on that, I think is also the idea of like cultural dynamism and growth, because if you look at upcycling generally, that's where Oyadiye come from. Like, you know, the words we're using at upcycling and all of that really stem from Oyadiye, because you know, for a very long time ago, before independence, we had Oyadiye going around neighborhoods fixing people's, you know, holes and mending. If your shirt is too big, they make it small. All of these things they were doing, and that has what has transformed into today as upcycling. No, Faya's not calling herself an Oyadiye; she's an upcycler. Is
so like watchman and security man,
like tailor and fashion designer.
It really started from there, and then we had this culture where, like, you know, the aunties in the family or in the home, they put their old clothes together and put some people as asawa, and then they make new pieces from them. So it's really the same idea, when like the same culture, but now we are tapping into something that is in excess here already that would ultimately be an environmental nuisance, and then we are making it into something else. So even though we are not necessarily, or these designers are not necessarily using kente or all of these pieces, they are really still tapping into a culture that has existed in Ghana since before independence.
Yes, I see. Makes sense because now that you put it this way, I am seeing it. You know, I'm seeing it. So does that mean that upcycling is like one of the ways to maintain and sustain, you know, our identity through evolution?
Yes,
you know,
it definitely is.
And how are we, you know, encouraging the generation after us to see that purpose, you know, it's not just because of the fact that it looks cool and stylish, but trying to maintain and sustain,
put a meaning behind it.
Exactly. You know,
I think
that's like to say, if there's been some kind of workshop or something, that obviously would explain this thing.
So I think Foya Dams and other creatives in Kansman, they do a very good deal of doing that, because there's a section in Kansman where I call the hipster section. That's where like all the upcyclers are. Like if you go into that section, you will see Foya.
This particular person that we all go to.
And then they bring their friends in. It's very interesting. Like you see them bring their friends in just to show them the work that they're doing. So they're actively, even though they are not going wild and, you know, doing campaigns, they're actively pulling their families and gradually their friends into the culture.
So business they go on.
Exactly.
It's like
booming underground. The business, it's booming. Like I don't know, I just need people to also take out of their minds that thrift is for, you know, a certain social class, and you will enjoy the experience of shopping, you know, picking the pieces, and even at the end of the day, for someone like Foya, selling it to somebody that will personalize it, right, make it look good. It's really fulfilling. It's really nice.
I mentioned something like thrift doesn't mean you just pick something, you not iron it, you like, even though it's thrift, make it look nice.
It doesn't mean
exactly. You should make it should be catchy, so that someone asks, oh, are you sure this is thrift?
Okay, so
go ahead.
You still did the page.
we beg you lock the phone when we finish.
I want to talk about pricing. Now, often I've seen on social media that you guys get a lot of attacks, and I use attacks loosely here because they say fools now will turn on 200 Ghana cedis, fools now will turn on 150 cedis, we go Chrome Command 2 cedis and 3 cedis, right? Talk to us through the processes of the pricing, the markup, and all those things. What goes into pricing these products? Because someone can say, this shirt never go to town, go figure it out. Then OJ 150, 120. You get me? And I'm seeing so that means there's a market for it. However, for new users who are now understanding the conversation, I think it would be fair to let us understand what goes into the price markup. Okay, so right now we are in Ghana, and everyone knows that things are tough, are off, and then prices are going higher. So right now in Kanta, there's too much challenges there because everyone is starting to do thrifting. I want to start selling thrift clothes and all of that. So these are daddies and then our mummies have realized that we are getting money. We are getting money from we buying from them. We are getting money. So right now you just get a normal t-shirt, and then the t-shirt is 50 cedis. I won't lie to you, from them, because if you won't buy, someone come and buy. There's this challenge. I'm telling you. Yes. So it'll be like, oh no, I need this thing. The next time you come, it's 70 cedis. Then she'll be like, pay. Wow, man, basic
economics.
The demand is high.
And it's because they also complain that the prices of the bill is high.
Has skyrocketed.
And you can imagine someone buying one bill for maybe 2,000 cedis, and once the bill is everything is trash, like they don't get anything. So they keep complaining. So when sometimes you're buying something and then yes, so you can get rags, rags or torn clothes, so it's not easy for them. It's not easy for them at all, and it's also not easy for us at all, because that's when you buy it, and then when you post it on Instagram, and maybe this shirt you bought it 76, so definitely you said maybe 120 or 100 cedis, and why are you selling a normal t-shirt at 120? But you should know that transportation and everything. I have to, there's time, energy that you iron. People don't even know that there's a whole place at ironing. So you iron the things before you take them home, and then take pictures of it and everything. So it's not just the price, it's how we bought it, and then the whole process. The process it goes through for us to just take nice pictures and post it there.
Wow. And your energy, you need to make profit.
So it's not just that. They are complaining. So we are praying that something should be done about it, about the bill and everything.
I like that she mentioned the bill, because if we look at ObroniWawuOctober from even 10 years ago, you buy, there have been 3 occasions where I bought like jeans and a bag where there were, one time it was $80 in it, one time it was £20, and then I think something euros. You don't find those anymore.
Once they are cutting the bill,
I was about to ask you that, when are you going?
You don't find that anymore. And before, you could find like high-end designer pieces so easily. Like you go into when I was in school, there's so many instances where I went and I was finding like unique vintage pieces from Vivienne Westwood and Alexander McQueen, all of these brands. But now, because like it is becoming a global trend with thrifting,
it's opening up.
Even on a place like eBay, and there's this one that has become very, very popular.
Craigslist one.
There's another one too.
Etsy.
There's Etsy. All of these white folks are also selling thrift as well, because they know they're become popular. So by the time it gets here, they've also taken all the first selection from there.
The premium first selection is
taken from there. So now, like people like Foya have to struggle to find a first selection within the second selection, and that's it that comes. People open bills, and then on average 40% of it is like baller. They just can't sell, like torn pieces, stained pieces that they can't sell. So the little amount that they have to offset the price with everything else in the bill, and that's how things go up.
But with all this waste,
I don't want you to go. So just a quick one for the uninitiated, right? How do you acquire these bills? Bill is the same as a load, right? Just to be clear.
Consignment.
So consignment, right? So consignment, for those of you listening, the bill is consignment. How do you acquire? So for example, I want to go into thrifting. I want to go into Fools. is there like a headquarters I go and say, okay, I'm signing up, I'm a member, and I want to be on the mom media, me 2,000 for it.
Yeah.
Or you go online and you order for a bill and it comes.
Yeah.
No.
How do you get the bill to come to Ghana, and how do you distribute it?
So as I mentioned earlier, Kathmandu is a whole ecosystem. So there are importers in the market. Their business is only to import the goods into the market. So that's their work. So they bring they import with exporters in all of this, America and then the Europe, and then they bring them in. And then the retailers, the aunties and uncles, are sort of like the
distributors.
The middle, exactly. So they buy from the importers and then bring them in, and then they have like retailers who are buying from those suppliers. So there's the importers who bring them in. There's suppliers who are like middlemen communicating between the importers and the retailers. So the middlemen then distribute it to these various retailers, and then they buy the single bills. Then people like Foya will go. People like Foya will go.
You cut the bill and they'll be like, "Nah, bill with the free Ghana."
Nothing special.
No, but it's true. They do that, right? They read bad sometimes in Ghana. Like
they have to open it and rebuild it again.
They do that.
My question is, can you tell me what happens to all the thrift that is thrift inside the thrift? After you are done with your first selection from the second selection,
I was going to talk about that
and everything, and the torn ones and the stained ones.
I'm really happy you brought this up. So, with Foya Dams making all the cool pieces that everyone wants, that all the ladies still obsessed about. There's one thing that the uncles and the aunties also do. So one thing they do, for example, if we call them asie, that's like the last group that you can't sell, is just like really bad, it's worn, it has things. The aunties are able to cut them to make baby clothes. Okay. So if you have like men's shirts, men's pants, suits, all of this, they're able to alterate them and then make them to baby's clothes.
And they're taking out the parts that are bad.
Exactly, and then they just reconstruct them. So there's one lady that I know, and what she does is she takes all the asie from people who sell jeans and trousers, and then she cut them into shorts and then sell them as shorts. What I'm wearing here is from her. And what she does with the remainder or the bottom part is like she cuts them and turn them into pants and shorts for babies.
Little ones.
Yeah, and the thing is, babies grow really fast. You buy a garment for them today, in a week they outgrow it. So it's a very good market. So what Foya Dems are doing as upcycling and very hip, the aunties and uncles are also doing it in a very different level, and the G, but more dedicated to mass marketing and into lower prices. So they send it to villages and then outskirts of the city to sell. Yeah.
Okay, I think the reason why Cyril asked this question is because I personally read a story and I just found it again, where it was written by The Guardian about the fast clothes or secondhand clothes pollution. Where the conversations of the fact that the clothes that do not make it to the final stage of the audition get dumped into the sea, and so I don't know how you guys as players are either helping or involved in this conversation in reducing the I don't know if you've seen the story.
Yes, I've seen it.
So what has been this story I'm checking right now was in April, and we're in October. What has been the development so far? What has been the engagement since then?
Okay, so this story is very, very true. As I mentioned, Thrift as it is right now wasn't like it is 10 years ago. So 10 years ago, there were minimal amount of clothing coming in, but they were all top quality. So you open one bill and it's first selection from top to bottom. But now things are shifting because, first of all, with fast fashion, the quality of clothing is going down. The reason why fast fashion is fast and it's cheap is because someone is getting exploited, or they're using like cheap, low quality material to produce a garment. So by the time it gets here, the Bruni has worn it twice. After the second wash, it's already loose. By the time it gets here, if a father doesn't touch it by her magic hands, it means that it possibly can't be used, and it ends up becoming waste. And the thing with Kathmandu is really in the central part of like the business district, so all the sewers and the gutters and everything, when it rains, it's very easy for it to move into the sewers and into the beach. But with the work that all of these people are doing in Kathmandu, with their efforts alone, I mean, if you go to Kathmandu, there's no modern technology. It's just a password and their sewing machine that they use. But with that effort alone, they're able to recirculate, like, per research from the All Foundation, 25 million garments each month. Wow. Yeah, so that means if these people were not acting, 25 million will possibly end up exactly. So they may be doing fashion, they may be being cool, they may be just doing business on the surface, but they're really saving us all.
So what would you say? Well, I mean, congratulations. I mean, thank you.
Yeah, very much.
But obviously you can't do this on your own. Yeah. So what would you say would be the type of help or aid you need, whether from government,
and have you had any partnerships, any associations?
So far, nothing.
Wow.
Yeah, so far nothing.
Have you reached out?
We have.
Okay.
We have tried. Even last year's edition, we tried to invite some people to come and see what these.
And what did you say the challenge was?
I think
people don't know the vision.
From my perspective, and I speak for myself, I feel like if you live in a country where there are challenges in very, very essential, very, very basic needs, it's very difficult to.
Charlie White.
Roads.
It's very difficult. It's very difficult to push on conversations like this because if someone cannot get access to drinking water, which is a very, very basic essential, it's difficult to push conversations around textile waste and things like that. And then that doesn't mean it's not important, but certain things people just put more attention to than other things, and that's just the issue right now.
Yeah. Well, I think I hope the responsible institutions or government agencies that are, perhaps the authenticators of such conversations would rise and not wait until it gets into a situation where we can't control, because if she alone or if she
we can't control, what usually happens with great innovation in Ghana will happen again, where a foreign entity
will take advantage,
and then
they realize
when we see Samir on CNN, Samir, I'm down here. Typical. But okay, finish.
Because he answered one part of the question. I just wanted so that it is clear. So what do you guys need? Okay, what type of interventions do you guys need?
The support.
What kind of support, so that we can amplify it and say, okay, this is what you guys are doing, but this is what you need to take your business or take your course to the next level.
Yeah. Sammy.
Let me guess. Nobody's asked you this question.
True. Yeah, there hasn't been opportunity for us to even speak on these things.
Well, welcome to Culture Daily.
Thank you very much. So I think first and foremost is really support and recognition, because all of these people working in Cantonment, you just spoke about how expensive these bills are, which means apart from the purchase of the material, because it's coming and the taxes and the duties and all of these things,
it's crazy.
Keeps going
up. Because what happened is that if the importers gets a tax of increment of 100 cities, that means the 100 cities, they'll add it on, but Foya has to pay for it in the end, because she's exactly, she has to pay for it. So there has to be some some
tax incentives
that supports the work that they're doing. And then also, if the support that is going on, for example, this program that we are having is all being supported by individual entities and people who just really appreciate the work that they're doing. But imagine Kantamanto as it is right now employs over 30,000 people. So imagine these 30,000 people who have not had, some of them have not, these aunties and uncles, they haven't had any prior education. So if you remove them from Kantamanto, where would they go? But on a daily basis, I've been there where, people from the street will just walk into the aunties and say, "Oh, auntie, me pejuma you," and they'll give them shares to go and sell, and come, let's split the profits.
Wow.
So imagine if they were being empowered to do more. Imagine the 30,000 people that already exist, how many more they could employ into the business.
Wow.
Yeah, but people we are not paying attention to these things. We are paying attention to all other avenues that we could push it. But this is real work. It doesn't even need that formality or skill training. Just pull people in, and then in 2 weeks of observation, they already know the ways, the ins and outs of the business. So it's really support. And also, if there could be some regulations on the quality of clothing coming in, so that we don't have to deal with the trash, because they're coming in as bills and nobody knows what the content is. So if an auntie goes to buy, sometimes they are praying, they spend 15 minutes praying to go so
that the money doesn't go to waste.
Exactly, because you invest a minimum 2,000 Ghana cedis on a bill, you open, and then out of 200 garments, 100 of them is stuff that just can't.
We have something like selector. The selector is, you get the bill, he will be the only person or she will be the only person standing in front of the bill. So imagine if the bill is good, he'll be picking like 100 pieces from that bill, or maybe 150 pieces. But if the bill is not good, he'll just pick 20 pieces. Then meaning the rest
is on you.
So the selector has a skill set to identify.
Yes.
Does it take years of experience to become a selector?
But a selector is like, I have a shop. I don't have to go and roam and look for things. I just have to go straight. I want you to cut the bill for me, just me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's like employing the services.
Just me.
Okay.
So he will be there. He will get the first selection, second, the clean ones. Yeah. Then the rest will be out there. So if you come to counter, you just go and buy. So we have first selectors. We have selectors that this bill is for them. You don't even go. Don't go close to it.
It's like a pusher.
Yes. What I want to ask Foya is, sometimes it's an ecosystem, yes, but there's also the scramble, right, for fair selection. Yes. There's also the fight among these market women and men as to who wants to reach for the best things, right? Yes. Have you ever dealt with that? And if you have, how did you get over it? Because with time it gets easier, right? So
it's something about counter. People are always fighting for bills. Like, this is for me. So I think the more it goes on, the more you become used to it. But I don't fight. I used to, but I don't fight about bills anymore, because right now, I have customers that they'll just call me, oh, I have this for you. So when you come, just come and sell it.
Okay.
If you don't like it, you just leave it.
So you don't use a selector? You don't use a selector?
No, I've not reached that stage.
How much?
You need her to know.
I'm genuinely curious. Like, okay, first of all, I don't miss out on this question. I just want to tie it with it. To be a selector, right? Like, how much does it cost you to pay for a selector?
You are facing a whole bill, so whether it's good or bad, it's on you.
Okay.
Yeah. But me, I'm not a selector. When you're cutting your bill, I can just come and stand there. Oh, I like this. If there's no selector, if it's an open free bill, that's when I'll go and stand. But if there's a selector, I'll just go my way.
Bill, you are also a selector of sorts.
Exactly. Yeah. So, I want this. I want a personal selector. But we have selectors that this bill is for him or her. Do you get it? So even if it's bad, you have to take like 50 pieces. If it's 100 clothes, you have to take like 50 pieces, and then you do.
Yeah, I get that. So what I'm trying to say is, because you mentioned the different roles the ecosystem obviously offers, right? Yeah. You have the wholesaler, you have the retailer, then you have Foya, right? Yeah. But now you've introduced a selector.
Yeah. Yes.
So he is getting paid different, right? To go and stand there and select your clothes, right?
Preferably for boutiques and shops.
That's his job.
Exactly. Yeah.
So his job in the ecosystem is
just
to
come and take the selector. Yes.
Have the ice.
So it's 9 to 5. It's come and start at the bill.
Exactly. He can even come at 9 a.m., 12 p.m. The bill is
Nobody's
for him.
touching
Nobody's touching it. So I'm saying that to engage the sales of selector, how much are we looking at? Just to have an idea. Don't give me a fixed price.
So I think the thing with the selectors, it's not about how much, but you need to have like a cushion. You need to have like something behind you.
It's not about how much it's true. It's about how many pieces.
Yeah, you think you can move.
Yes. It's not about how much. It's the pieces. So if it's 100 pieces and you are willing to take 50 pieces, that's good for the person.
Okay.
For the owner of the bill. It's the pieces. It's not about
okay. I see.
Because the thinking is that if you pick 50 pieces, that means you have like a ready market who are going to buy in that 50 pieces.
Right.
Then whoever is like opening the bill knows that like their money is already assured because you are coming to buy. But for you, will go and pick 2 or 3 pieces. And
for selectors too, their prices are down. For me, I'm not a selector. So if they are selling this shirt for me 100 CDs, a selector will get it 20 CDs because he's picking more. Yes.
Okay. Now that's a very interesting dynamic.
As well, with selector and all that's going on, the weekend is still fast approaching from 26th to 29th. I want you to walk us through it from today, Thursday. Today is Fool's Friday. They said the place is called Old Folks Lane.
Yes.
And we changed it to Force.
Yes.
So Force Fridays with tell us about that.
Okay, so Force Friday is just going to be a party. So we're going to have DJs from Kantamanto. For those people who have been Kantamanto, as I keep mentioning, Kantamanto is an ecosystem. There's everything in Kantamanto. There are DJs who exist in Kantamanto just to play sets throughout the day to entertain people in Kantamanto.
Oh, come on.
So we have
There's
constant music.
Your shirt, your t-shirt, the neck is big. They will do it.
They will adjust it for you. There's everything. That's why if you go to Kantamanto in the morning, breakfast, get a haircut, get your nails done, everything can happen in that store before you leave. But with First Friday, it's supposed to be a party where we'll have like all of these upcyclers and then everybody come in, so sort of like a networking and a meet and greet. But with popular demand, that has been shifted to Sunday as an after party. So because we're trying to have it as a pre-party to the main event on Sunday, but with the people RSVP and everything, it makes sense for it to be like an after party. So right now for First Fridays, it's going to be more like a full Sunday where people will come in after the main event at Rollins Park and then move into Asylum Down, Palm Moments to have fun. And on the 28th, we have what we call the Circle Talk. So as I mentioned, there hasn't been a lot of opportunity for people like Foya to really speak to the work that they're doing. And I'm so thankful that you guys have this program that we can be a part of and share what we are doing. So on Saturday the 28th at 10:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. we're going to have what we call the Circle Talk, ObroniWawuOctober Circle Talk, where we'll have all of these upcyclers and aunties and uncles come in and really share their story about how the thrift business have been, the dynamics, the challenges, the achievements, their struggles, all of that, so people can actually know that outside of like looking cool, there's so much that goes on behind the scenes, so much work that goes on the grounds before we we see all the cool stuff that we see on Styled by Foya. Yes. And on the 29th, that is the main event. So the 29th, which is Sunday, from 12 p.m. to 5 p.m, we're going to have the main OWO festival. We're going to have designers on the runway, and it's going to be at Rollins Park, Makola. 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. We're going to have 5 designers from Kantamanto who are going to showcase their pieces on a runway. And then these designers are not just designers from Kantamanto, but they've also gone through like 2 months of masterclass to sort of like elevate and scale up their designs. Because the thing is, they are in Kantamanto, they've got the talent, but to be able to elevate themselves and scale to an international or global level, there are certain things that need to come in, like how to brand yourself, how to market, styling, design elevation, all of these things. So we had experts come in to train them to elevate their style and then show up a collection on a runway on a Sunday. We also have a drip contest, so that one is for everybody. Everybody is part of the drip contest. So if you have some false pieces, if you have some false pieces in your wardrobe, just put them together and you think you've got style, come that day, sign up, and then we'll have a drip contest where you have the opportunity to win a cash prize of 2,000 Ghana cedis. Last year we had it and it was sick. We had people who actually brought like bags to switch their outfit there, right there.
Oh wow!
Yeah, people had brought their bags. So
someone actually came to buy, but when he heard that there's a prize, he's like, oh now please, I have to do this. I have to go for the challenge.
That's interesting.
Yeah, and then we're also having what we call it a talent show. So as I mentioned, outside of the thrift and then the upcycling, there are talents in Kantamanto, like DJs and rappers and all of that. So we're also giving them a platform to show their talent. So there are going to be people rapping, singing, dancing, DJ sets and all of that. And then we'll have Foya Dams also on one side with their pop-up, with the aunties on the other side, selling pieces. And then we'll have Oyadi is there. So if you buy something from someone and it's too big,
for you.
Yes, right there and then papa, they get it done. But one thing that has been a concern is the Ghana Queen Mother's funeral. People have been having a lot of issues around the fact that the curfew and everything. So the date for the shutdown is the 28th, which is Saturday. So that does not affect the festival in any way. Also, we've had engagement engagement with the AMA, and then they have full support. They're going to have their city gas there so that nobody give us any trouble on Sunday. Yes. And on the Saturday, the Circle Talk is an indoor event. That one is no noise making. We're going to be indoor just to discuss and hear.
That's the one that ends at 1, right?
At 1:30, yeah. So 10:30 a.m. to 1:30 a.m. And it's just going to have all of these people, allies and stakeholders within the trade to speak about their work and their challenges and everything. So everybody should pull up. If you take 10 Ghanaians, 9 of them have engaged or won secondhand at some point in their life. So if you have won secondhand before, don't remove yourself. Be there on Sunday. Yes.
Last year was.
It was mad.
Last year was mad.
Massive. Yeah. Well, I have been thoroughly thrilled and thrifted. I'm definitely going to do this for you. I'm going to get some fits made. I love what I see on your page. Lady and gentlemen, we pay our bills before we sign out.
So let's see which one should we do. All right, let's do this one. Oktoberfest.
Fire away.
Well, Oktoberfest is coming to Ghana. Enjoy the Oktoberfest celebration with other beer lovers. So for the beer lovers like Cyril, you get to do this at Tills Beach Resort on October 27th through to 29th. Now, there are going to be a lot of activities, including the beer pong, paintballing, water activities, and the ultimate beach party. Gather your squad and get ready for the best bops, beer, and vibes. Don't miss out on Oktoberfest experience in Ghana. Now you can visit Tills Beach on all their socials for more information. On Instagram is Tills Beach Resort GH. That's one word, no underscore. Facebook is Tills Beach Hotel. On X is Tills Beach GH. On TikTok, Tills Beach Resort GH. And then the tickets at the gates go for 200 Ghana cedis with free discounted offerings upon entry. You can also call to make enquiries on 055-130-5891. Come, let's jam the beer way.
Okay, while we're jamming the beer way, remember the OWO is happening this weekend. ObroniWawuOctober Festival. We're going to be jamming with Thrift, all sorts of engagements there. This has been Culture Daily. We've been tuned in with Sammy and Foya talking Thrift and bringing us the best experience of the Thrift and giving us insights and in-depth knowledge of exactly what goes on at Kant. And I'm thoroughly impressed. Lenny Olele, I'm sure your minds are blown as well. I'm sure you at home as well have enjoyed this. It's 10 on the dot. My name is Serial. This has been the big conversation on 3 Music TV's Culture Daily. Stay tuned to this channel. Thanks to everybody who is listening to us on Plus 89.9. We go again tomorrow, same time, 7 a.m. live. For now, Fresh and Cutie, we out. Peace.